I'm gonna switch it up this time. I'm gonna do this piece I wrote. I told y'all as a brand manager, I work for this really big Fortune 300 company, global branded food company, and I wrote this poem. It's about my experience in that space. So just bear with me through this poem. And I shortened it quite a bit, not quite a bit, but I shortened. I took out the beginning, so we'll just get right to it. All right. I have black hands in a white room. Hands that are tired of shaking others that question how firm my grip is. They are bruised from constantly trying to get a grip after some firm tells me that I wasn't firm enough in the meeting. But if I talk more sternly, it can be mistaken for getting too worked up, and this type of work don't pay enough each day. I'm reminded that I'm the sequel of people who paved ways, handed me a blueprint, and a hand-in-hand prayer. We pray that I won't be treated different. Even though I may look different or love differently than they do, these hands turn prune from always being the only hands of its kind in a room. These hands don't type at the right pace or write the right words, so things always go left. See, I've tried to not overstep, but these feet done took me places that my great grandmas didn't make it far enough to see. I still followed in her footsteps. She cleaned for a living, just a straightened up message she's never made. It's funny that you may call her that. But she taught my family that sometimes you have to finish things you've never started. Sometimes you have to fix the very things that try to break you and do it with the type of dignity that can move past it, even without getting over on the very people who made it get to this point in the first place. It's no surprise that she would hum Amazing Grace right in the face of iniquity. She knew that she would find people who were once lost. She knew that she would give sight to the blind. She sang because she knew her sweet sound would save the wretched like me. She showed me that these feet can walk over any feet, that these feet can walk into a room without ever getting invited in, take a seat at the table just to go back home and build its own. So I'm minding my black owned business. My common sense just may be tired of being your token. Now these feet touch cold wooden floors at 6 a.m. after my hands wipe off any remaining sleep. I start prepping for the workday just in time to save. I shower off yesterday's opposition and clothe myself in the optimism of today. Past heartaches can only motivate me harder. In doing so, I honor those who are okay with being the first, even if they were looked at last. What if ceilings were never made of glass? What if ceilings were never really made at all? What if the sky had no limit? Just fly? What if these hands were held on by wings? What if to be human meant that you don't have to second guess your being no matter what rooms you be in? What if we can go back to the beginning of how this all came to be? So when I leave my house for the morning commute, I do it to break bread and commune with my community, and I save while humming Amazing Grace. Thank y'all.
Dope.
So I'm minding my black owned business is another t-shirt. We just making all the Drea, we gotta create a t-shirt business. We got three very high selling shirts because Jacinia said another one is I believe in us. Yeah, yeah, that's it right there. That's it. That's it. Drea, Mike's on you.